Good afternoon, I'm Sean Yao, and this is One News Now. Some 1.3 million beneficiaries have been removed from the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program or 4Ps. To tell us more, we have Greg Gregorio joining us live from Quezon City. Greg, hi, why exactly were these people delisted from the 4Ps?
Hi, Sean. According to the Department of Social Welfare and Development, these 1.3 million Filipinos, which will be delisted from the beneficiaries of the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino programs or 4Ps, are no longer qualified. Also because they can no longer be considered as poor or near poor. Recall that under the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino Program Act, among the qualifications for families to be considered as beneficiary is that they must be among the poor and near poor families in the country as stated or as set by the Philippine Statistics Authority. And DSWD Secretary Erwin Tulfo further explained that some of these families have already the children of some of these families have already graduated from their school, and some are already able to provide for their families. Sean?
All right, so now that they have identified these 1.3 million people who are not eligible for subsidies, Greg, how soon will this delisting take effect?
Sean, according to Secretary Tulfo, they are already fast-tracking the processes and they expect to release the updated list of the beneficiaries by September or October. And once the list has been issued, then they will be informing the affected families that they will no longer be receiving the conditional cash funds or cash grants that are provided under the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program. Sean?
All right, will there be any changes in the procedure for applying for to be part of the 4Ps program or the application process for the 4Ps program?
Sean, according to Secretary Tulfo, the process remains the same, and the application to be included in the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program must only be processed with the social workers of the Department of Social Welfare and Development. Tulfo highlighted that they have filled offices across the country, and Tulfo also emphasized that the processes that they do not require any fees for any of the processes. This warning also comes after an entrapment conducted in Cagayan de Oro, where an individual introduced himself as an employee of the DSWD, asking for about 300 to 500 pesos per individual in return of a promise that they will be included in the list of beneficiaries of the DSWD. And again, DSWD Secretary Tulfo said their process is free for eligible individuals or families in the country. Sean?
Now that they have purged their list, Greg, can we expect more people or more names to be removed from the list of 4Ps?
Sean, that will be possible as explained by Secretary Tulfo. On top of the 1.3 families that will be delisted because they are not considered as poor anymore, Tulfo said there are still 600,000 families that they would need to reevaluate. Tulfo said some of these families aren't welcoming the social workers from the Department of Social Welfare and Development for their evaluation. Tulfo supposed that these families might be hiding their true situation because Tulfo said if these families will be considered as non-poor upon reevaluation, then they will also be delisted from the list of beneficiaries in the country. And as we all know, if number or these 600,000 families will also be delisted from the list, another 600,000 families will be taken from the waiting list for them to be part of the Pantawid Pamilyang Pilipino program. Sean?
All right, thank you so much for clarifying everything for us. Greg Gregorio reporting to us live from Quezon City. An international law expert, Roque, says that President Bongbong Marcos needs to clarify the country's position in the dispute over Sabah. This comes after a foreign court favored the descendants of a late Sultan of Sulu in a $15 billion land deal case. Roque told Frontline tonight that the Philippine government could raise the matter to the International Court of Justice if Malaysia refuses to cooperate.
Linawin muna ni Presidente Bongbong, ano ba, patuloy ba ang claim natin sa Sabah o hahayaan na lang natin ang Sultanate ang sumingil na parabagang ito ay talagang pribadong transaksyon.
Roque added that the Philippines has always maintained its claim over Sabah, but the former palace spokesperson admits that enforcement remains a challenge.
Let's just say, itong desisyon na ito, walang pagkakaiba sa desisyon doon sa West Philippine Sea. We have a legal victory, but unfortunately, pagdating doon sa issue of sovereignty, walang mechanism to enforce it.
In other news, the LTFRB is set to open more routes in time for the opening of full face-to-face classes this coming school year. LTFRB Chairperson Cheloy Garafil said 35 routes, mostly near universities, will be open before classes begin. Garafil also said that the agency may be able to reopen all routes that were suspended during the pandemic by 2023.
Yung 30% initially yan, kasi yan yung mag-address dun sa need na mabuksan yung mga lumang ruta to respond to the face-to-face classes. So marami dyan sa University Belt, marami dyan from the south going to Loton, marami dyan from Commonwealth area, at saka marami din dyan from the north going to yung mga school areas natin.
One News Now will be back with more stories after this quick break. Stay with us. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. Gilas Pilipinas crashed out of the FIBA Asia Cup after losing to Japan in the playoffs for the quarterfinals, 102-81. Japan took advantage of Gilas' slow start to take a double-digit lead early on in the game. 5 players scored in double figures for Japan, led by Yuki Togashi with 18 points, while Bobby Ray Parks Jr. paced Gilas with 16. The Philippines is out of the quarterfinals for the first time since 2007. Gilas head coach Chot Reyes has apologized for the team's performance and has vowed to come back stronger in time for the FIBA World Cup qualifiers in August.
We're making do with what we have. And in the end, that's all we can do, right? Is to take what's in front of us, and hopefully we continue just to develop and get better for next.
Britain recorded its highest ever temperature at 40 degrees Celsius as a heat wave continues to grip Europe. This has surpassed the UK's previous high of 38.7 degrees Celsius, which was recorded in 2019. Ice cream and cold drinks have been selling out, while fans, hoses, and air conditioning units are also in high demand. Britain has declared a state of national emergency because of the unprecedented temperatures. Climate scientists say this is likely to become more common in London in the coming years. And for more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Masks on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.